Hello everyone, we're Clueless in a Caravan and we're at Rookesbury Camping Park.
Starring Monty.
Monty boy, being very cute and as quiet as a mouse.
Well, he hasn't been as quiet as a mouse.
And as quiet as a very large
Pain in the
mouse.
backside.
No, it's just all...
He has though.
If he sees anything moving,
Yeah.
and there are quite a lot of dogs in the vicinity that move quite a lot.
And we let him off the lead in a pretty big enclosed area with some small dogs, and it was very cute. They played together. I wasn't actually there. So.
I think that's one of Rookesbury's great strengths, actually, is for dog walkers.
Yeah.
Lovely. It's safe
Because
field
it's
to let them
probably
off.
an acre. It's huge, and it's all... We've checked it. It appears to be pretty well fenced all the way around.
Oh yeah.
And
Very well
yeah.
fenced.
So anyway, before we begin with Rookesbury, we are at Rookesbury, and it's because we like the place. We come back regularly. It's 25 minute?
Yeah.
25-minute drive. So it's a bit further than Mournhill, but Mournhill was stuffed solid, which we believe was because they had key workers staying there.
Yeah, and
I
they
do
haven't got all pitches
Mournhill.
open.
I do prefer Mournhill, but this is.
But this has got. I mean, the dogs will prefer Rookesbury.
Yeah, well.
I think Mournhill's just a bit quieter, isn't it?
Yeah.
And here is busier with families and...
But we'll get on to that. I think that's actually to do with the fact that this is only the second week after the site's reopened, so it's pretty busy.
Yeah.
Just in our last episode, we were at a place called Startergate Farm,
Yes.
and we left you with we'd explained my jockey wheel cock-up, where I hadn't lowered the whatever you would call the case on the outside, which meant I couldn't raise it up high enough to get it off properly. So, but when we came to put it back on again, it turned out that actually I'd lowered the wheel leg so far that it had actually not bent, but
It was bent. It was
Well, it wasn't
almost
bent 'cause it
out
went back
of,
in again.
It was almost out of the sleeve, wasn't it?
so what we couldn't then do was wind it back up again
To get on the hitch.
to make it straight, so I could then wind it that way. So the only option I had was just to unwind the corner steadies at the back, and then I'm afraid we had to take the weight of the caravan on the corner steadies for about 5 minutes while we just lifted it high enough so that we could drop it down, straighten it, then run round and take the weight off.
Yeah.
So that was a nightmare. I had in the meantime ordered a new jockey wheel because I thought I'd broken it, which has now gone back and which we've been refunded for. So what a cock up, all because I'd forgotten to lower the case on the outside,
Yeah, the sort of
from
outer
its driving
sleeve.
position,
Yeah, the outer
travelling
sleeve.
position.
Yeah.
which goes to show how easy these things are, especially when you haven't done it for a little while. I mean, what was it, 10 months since we last?
Yeah.
Pretty close to that. So despite that, we recovered. I'd already booked this place, and then on the morning of Thursday when we went to go, dizzy yet again, having delayed us with the first trip by stepping on something that hurt her paw, which meant that we had to have a vet's appointment at 4:30, was it? 5:45?
4:45, yeah.
Which meant we didn't arrive there until late and caused all sorts of trouble. She then decided she'd have some other, rather more delicate problem. You can't see anything anymore.
Yeah.
Which meant that we had to have a vet's appointment at 2:45, and we were late getting here.
So it would have been nice to get here at 1 o'clock and have a few more pictures to choose from.
Well,
As
we
it
got
turned
here
out-
at 7.
As it turned out,
No,
we
we
got here
got
at
to
7.
Stargate Farm at 7. We got here at probably about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
5 o'clock.
late.
So there wasn't very many pictures left to choose from.
There were 3, as it turned out, and we didn't know that when we were driving around. We drove around 3 times.
One for every bitch.
There were 3 options. One is impossible to get. I defy anybody to get into it, except unless they've got a camper van or a motor mover, of which more later. Well, ours doesn't work. That's the beginning and end of it.
Yeah, we're saying no
we
more
can't
on
engage
that
the
subject.
motor mover, so we're going to have to get that sorted out, because that would have been priceless when we came here. The second one was on a steep slope on the grass, and I'm just not interested. The third one was this one, which was difficult to get on and is in shade. As it turned out,
Thank goodness.
that wasn't a bad thing.
Yeah, it's been so hot, and I had quite a bad headache when we arrived on Thursday, and if we'd been in the heat, I wouldn't have been able to move. But after I'd cooled down and let the painkillers kick in, it was fine in the shade.
It would
I was
have been
able
nice if
to
there'd
function.
been any sun at any point, but there hasn't
No,
been.
it's been lovely because it's been really nice and cool for the dogs sitting here. So we haven't had to worry about them getting overheated. And
This is the first. Well, last week's doesn't really count because that was just a local farm. But
No, this is the first proper trip.
It's our first proper out.
in this caravan and in 2020, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
and with the new COVID changes, which were a bit of a surprise because we'd been told to look for a phone number, and we looked and there was no phone number.
There was no phone
The phone
number.
number was not to be found.
But we realised why when we got to the office. They were doing practically normal bookings in the office because they have no signal here. So it'd be touch and go whether you'd be able to get through on the phone, and then you might cut out and not be able to do payment over the phone, etc. So you're basically just in the doorway if you're checking in at Rookesbury, and they have screens up at the counter. If you've been to Rookesbury, you'll know it's the shop as well. It's the little shop. So it's basically business as usual, but you just stand on the doormat.
Yeah, and only one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time going in.
But that was easy, wasn't it? And so the other alterations, which I think is true of all caravan club sites, are around the use of the facilities. Nothing else has changed at all that I'm aware of.
No.
But who would like to describe how the facilities work?
I think the facilities are. Do they normally close for an hour and a half to clean them?
Well, normally an hour, but
right.
maybe it's a deeper clean.
So they're closed for an hour and a half, but also when you can still pick your pitch when you come to Rookesbury, and then when you go back to the office to tell them where you are, you also get 2 wristbands per pitch. So when you go to the facilities, you put your wristband on the peg, unless there are 3 wristbands there already, which means there are 3 people in the bathroom and you have to wait. But every time I've gone, there's been a spare hook, so you put your wristband on, use the facilities, take your wristband off when you come away. And obviously it's not a foolproof system.
It sounds brilliant, doesn't it? You get 2 wristbands per pitch.
Yeah.
With your pitch number written on it.
Yeah, and after a day, we had 1 wristband and it didn't have our pitch number written on it. It was someone else's. So I don't know how that happened.
Because not everyone remembers to pick their wristband up. So you might go back and they've taken your wristband.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit hit and miss,
but they've done their best. It's a system that works in theory, doesn't always work in practice, but it's pretty good. So basically 3 people in there at a time, which actually is really lovely. When you go in there for a shower, it's not all hot and steamy and horrible.
But they recommend that you use your facilities if you possibly can.
Yeah.
And the urinals are...
There's only one of them available.
Well, that's for the kids. All the other urinals are closed off.
And they've taken the shower curtains off in the showers, which isn't a problem at all because there's plenty of space in there.
Okay. So it hasn't been a particular problem. It's been a bit of several times I've gone there and I haven't been able to go in. But
I've never not been able to go in.
No, me neither.
No, you've been lucky.
So it's always been just available.
I suspect in my case at least 2 of those wristbands have been forgotten. So actually we were competing for one space.
Yeah.
So one of the things about Rookesbury that if you've been here you know, it's got a diabolical mobile signal. The coverage maps claim that it's fine, but it isn't. I suspect that where we are here is slightly better at the top end of the site, but it's still pretty poor. It's about 25% signal, I would think. We've all got different networks. But anyway, I wanted to solve the problem of using a hotspot is all very well, but it means that one of the phones is tied up and has to be kept somewhere where everyone else can reach it. So this time I've got a MiFi. And it's a really nice one. It's actually a mobile router by Huawei. I think it's Huawei.
I think it's pronounced Yahweh, actually.
Do you? Yahweh is God.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Well, I don't think it's God. I don't think it's God's MiFi.
Obviously, it's...
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it might be.
I think it's Huawei. I'll leave a link in the description. but it was
Hey.
it was the best value I could find. It was about 60 quid, and it will take up to 32 connections at a time of devices connected within the caravan. And I added
Which ought to be plenty.
I added an external aerial because it will an antenna because it will take an antenna, that particular one, which is outside. And it's been brilliant. It's been with the first time we've actually been able to use it, we've been getting around 5. Oh, Desi's just let one go.
That's why I'm just thinking she ought to get down. I can't lift her. Can you just
skid.
put her down there?
Skid alert.
Careful, don't let her touch the microphone.
That's it.
Oh, thanks for that, Dizzy. I think Dizzy needs a walk. So we shall wrap this up.
Yeah,
fairly
we'll have to
quickly.
cut this short because we've got some off-lead dogging to do. Off-lead dog walking to do. I'm a bit pink out.
Yeah, well, you don't want to give away all our secrets right in front of our son. So anyway,
George is laughing and he doesn't know why.
I know what.
so we've been getting about 5 megabits per second, both upload and download, which is plenty.
Yeah.
It's paired with a GiffGaff Unlimited SIM, which is 80 gigabytes a month. 80 gigabytes of data a month. Well, it's unlimited, but once you get past 80, they throttle the speed a lot. And that's worked really well. So we can at last, not that, I mean, one of the decisions we've made while we've been here is to actually cut down the digital usage. But despite that, we do need to be able to be in contact. So that will do for our forthcoming trip to the Isle of Wight, where we have 8 nights. 8 nights planned on the Isle of Wight. There's a good signal there, so that should be all right. And we're really looking forward to it. But that I'll put links to these particular products in the description because it's worked perfectly. I put the GiffGaff SIM into the MiFi, and that was basically it. I'd already activated the SIM in my phone beforehand. I just set up a new password and name, and everyone can now log in and treat it as if it's a home broadband connection. So it's a real, it's a practical solution to. And I know that some people will think, well, you should, just go all 20th century, and up to a point I agree with that. But so much of what we like to do involves an internet connection these days, even if it is uploading videos while you're away even. But like being able to we take photos on Google Photos, by having Wi-Fi, these can be shared amongst all of us immediately without having to wait till we get home. So I'm really, really pleased with it. The only downside is the my Wi-Fi signal doesn't actually go that far. It's if you sit outside, you're going to get a weak signal.
It stretches it a bit, doesn't it? Yeah.
So I have to have it sitting on the bed. But I think it's fair to say that we're converted to this layout.
Oh, I love the Caravan. Absolutely love it.
This is the first time we've had all the facilities available, isn't it? So we can enjoy it properly.
Also, Dizzy's in a bed.
Yeah.
So
She's ready for bed already. So as we've said before, the layout with this one is a Vendee, which I only discovered today actually is a French region.
I was about to say, is that French?
The pageant, the pageant models were named after regions. Provence,
So
Champagne,
there are a couple
Burgundy.
more here, which on the outside are identical to ours. I think there's a Bordeaux up there, isn't there? And I can't remember what the
Provence,
other
isn't
Provence, that's it.
and Champagne.
But obviously inside the layout is completely different.
And I really like. I'd originally been worried a little bit about having the bed, which is basically facing outwards, so it's the bed is the opposite way round to what you'd normally expect. So the seating is currently you're looking over the back of our pitch, and the bed looks out over the road. But it just hasn't been a problem,
No,
has it?
love it.
So, Motor Mover were working. I mean, the guy from I should have made a note of his name, but one of the wardens helped us get onto this pitch. It was difficult to get on it, but then he helped me manoeuvre it into a position so it was straight. But it turned out surprisingly easy.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it seemed to be an absolute nightmare with Jackson, But with this one, it just sort of twists and
move
racks. I know
through,
that it's
yeah, it's
hard
really
standing
easy.
helps, and also it's level, so it's not
Yeah,
going to
it
go
was not-
sliding off
yeah.
or anything. But yeah, so that was all really good. But I feel now comfortable and confident, especially with our awning, that 8 nights will be nice and comfortable, won't it?
And I didn't think that I would, because I was never able to use the kitchen sink in Jackson. I was always perfectly happy going off and doing my washing up in the facilities. But when we went out last weekend and again this weekend, I've washed up on board and it's not a problem at all.
No, it's been
And
great.
actually, I really enjoy
And I
having
had a
it all
shower.
just here.
I had
You've had showers,
my first successful shower today. Turns out that the trick is to have it central on the mixer and only just enough to engage the pump. And then I was able to have, a more or less a quick but more or less normal shower.
Yeah, we
Which
got
is
a noise
brilliant.
complaint when she used the toilet.
From who?
Somebody who lives in Fareham.
Why do people laugh at her and not at me? I'm much funny. She thinks she's funny. She's like Gandalf, except younger.
Would you like to talk about where we've been today?
No, but I sense you're going to make me anyway. But when do I ever get what I don't want? We've been to, what is it called?
There we go.
Royal Victoria Country
We've
Park.
been to Royal Victoria Country Park, where there's a museum. Very nice, bored to death. And we got some ice creams, and obviously, as you guys probably know, in the UK, the law is going to be you have to wear masks in shops as of
Next
Friday.
weekend.
Friday, the 20-something, I don't know. So we wore masks because we wanted to get used to it. There's no one else wearing a mask, not even the staff.
Well, I don't know whether by shop they include a takeaway.
Well, you would
what
buy
is essentially a takeaway restaurant. I think they should.
You would think
I
somewhere
know,
where they were
yeah.
making teas and coffees for people and cream teas
It
that
does
they
seem
would be
odd.
wearing masks.
I mean,
I thought it was very
I haven't
odd.
seen a single mask here.
No, I
you
haven't.
In Alton,
Yeah, see-
there's a lot more.
Lots of people wearing masks.
Oddly, in Alton, you see people walking down the high street with masks on.
Yeah.
Which is
But in the co-op at Wickham,
Yeah.
the staff were wearing masks, and I put a mask on because it feels like the right thing to do now. But
It would
nobody
blend
else
in.
was wearing
Yeah.
a mask. It's very odd.
Anyway, we also went on the beach with Monty, and he loved it. He didn't go. He wanted to. He didn't want to go in the sea.
He liked the sandy bits, though,
Yes, he
didn't
liked
he?
the sandy bits. He
He
ran
was
around. We
confused.
met a spaniel crossed with a retriever. That's what we think it is, and that was kind of fun. They ran around a little bit, and yeah, we just walked around for a bit. And put Dizzy
It
in
was
her,
really hot,
in her
wasn't it?
train.
It's
Wait,
really
they don't.
hot.
They
Much
don't
hotter
know
than I
about the
thought.
train. They don't know about the train, do they?
No, they don't. They will do now. Because they'll just have seen some video of Dizzy in the train
When
Last time.
by the magic
When?
of editing.
editing.
Yeah. I
Last
have
time we
taken
went on
video
a train.
of Dizzy in her conveyance.
Oh, you're talking about the little red engine.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
one.
No, it's not a little red engine. It's a train. It's not little. It's not red.
Dizzy loves
Okay.
model railways, not model railways. Well,
It'd be really weird if she
she'd
did.
probably be freaked out by them, but the little
No.
narrow gauge.
Little trains.
Yeah, she likes little trains. That's why she likes going to Bicton.
And one of the reasons we gone to the Royal Victoria Country Park is because they have a train that she
we
enjoyed.
didn't actually end up going on
The
it.
queue
but
was
that's okay.
No, it was
huge.
It was
queue.
huge.
There was a
Called
lot of
Jumongo.
people there today. Yeah, but it was really nice just to walk down by the seafront because the breeze off Southampton Water was lovely down there today.
It was, yeah.
And it was blue skies. It was gorgeous down there.
Yeah, it was a really nice time. So overall, honestly, as I said to Peter earlier, if the Caravan Club had emailed me and said, "Oh, we've got this new rule where you're only allowed so many people in to the showers just to make life easier for her," I'd have sort of thought, well, that's fairly logical because nothing else has changed.
No,
It doesn't feel like coronavirus has happened at all.
no, it's very
But
normal.
as I
isn't
said,
it?
what surprised me was going out today and seeing nothing, particularly in the restaurant. That did seem really odd.
And in the
They had
museum,
perspex.
where a woman said, "Don't go too close to that lady." Okay.
Did she?
Yeah, to her little one.
The plague is upon us.
That woman looks dodgy. Keep away.
Fair enough.
She seems like a God-fearing lady. You know, the flood is upon us. Save yourselves.
They had
Go on the
perspex,
ark.
didn't they? In the restaurant.
In the cafe. They
did
did have
not know
perspex
what-
screens
That's
in
all
the
they
cafe
had.
and
Below
at the
Mars.
entrance to the museum.
So it meant they could cough on your sandwich behind the perspex.
Yeah.
That's
Sneeze
Weird.
muffin.
But anyway.
Anyway,
Okay,
we've
so
had a
that's-
lovely relaxing weekend, and
it's been
yesterday
nice.
we just stayed on site the whole day,
Yeah.
which I don't think we've ever done that here,
Probably not.
have we? It was just really nice to just spend a day doing whatever we wanted. So playing badminton, a bit of frisbee, walking the dogs, and just relaxing.
the
Kev
awning.
did his writing.
The awning works, doesn't it, for this?
Yeah.
We're a little bit worried that it might be a bit small for...
Yeah,
No.
I
For a bigger
helped.
caravan.
I helped.
Yeah, George did help.
I helped. She did nothing.
No, she...
I helped.
Your mother, not she.
And an ouchie
Your
finger.
mother did nothing.
And are you
Okay.
going to help put it down tonight as well?
No.
Because we're going to get some rain tonight, so we're going to take the awning down tonight.
I probably will.
It's got a bit of forest on it, so
Monty going
we'll
to
just
help.
give it a
Don't
bit of a
have to
clean
put it.
and put it away.
We'd feel like idiots if we left it till the morning and
Monty's
then it got
going
wet.
to help us.
Yeah, because
Anyway.
we have to be off by noon today
Yeah,
as well.
there's no
tomorrow.
leeway.
And we never normally get off by noon. We always ask for an extension wherever we are. So we're going to have to be up and at them tomorrow. So we don't want to be taking the awning down in the morning.
Okay, so I think our next trip is the Isle of Wight in a few weeks'
Yes.
time.
And we're going for Monty.
8 nights, yeah.
We're going for 8 days.
Yeah.
These are 8 days a week.
I'd love to say we could fit another little cheeky weekend in, but I don't
I
think
that
we'll
might
be able to.
I think that might be
I
pushing
think
it a bit.
We'll have to leave it now
Unless
until...
Morn Hill becomes available. If Morn Hill becomes available,
Ooh.
I might be prepared.
Well, I might check that
Just
then.
have a cheeky one.
It just feels like we just want to spend so much time in the caravan because we've been deprived for so many months.
Yeah.
Would you like to do that again?
But then everybody else feels the same way, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, so the next time we see will probably be on the Isle of Wight.
Yes, where I will have brought my MacBook and a couple, like some recording equipment. So stay tuned for.
So please come and steal from us.
Between
Tell everybody your MacBook's going to be in the caravan.
between here and now. No, it's going to be with me all the time.
Okay.
Between here and now, I'm going to write a song specifically for campfiring. So remember to after the camping, after the holiday in the Isle of Wight, go onto my channel and watch it because it's going to be cool. It's going to be called
There's a promise.
Created in a Caravan.
George promises that at some point in those 8 days he'll get up before 10:30,
Yes.
and then he might find the energy to actually record something.
I'm not even joking. I will record a proper professional song. I'm not sure what his name is, and it's going to be caravan related, so you should definitely go check it out on my channel. Link in the description to my channel, so go subscribe. If you don't, you're heartless, because I'm
Was
just
it
a little
Created
kid.
in a Caravan you were going to call it?
I was going to make an album and call it Created in the Caravan, which I still might do. Just a 4-piece one, not any higher than that. Cause
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go because the dog is crying because
Poor
he
puppy
heard us
dog.
say about going in the field.
Does he want to
off
go in the
lead,
field?
and he's really keen. And also we've got to get some more frisbee in before bedtime.
Yes.
Okay, so from...
Don't know who's going first. Okay, I'll go first. Dad, go again.
So from
George
Peter.
and Kev,
and Monty and Dizzy. The dogs.
from Clueless in the Caravan.
Until
We bid
next
you
time.
farewell.
Bye.
Bye.